So Brandon Biggs had another vision where he basically was seeing 5 pillars of cryptocurrencies which will be very strong while the rest of the cryptocurrency market will completely collapse. So we would go to a situation where the whole cryptocurrency market would collapse, but only 5 cryptocurrencies would prevail and they would rise and they would suck up all the liquidity. In today's video, we are going to dive into which 5 cryptocurrencies this actually could be, why, and what they all have in common. But guys, before we are jumping into the content, let's first listen really briefly to Brandon right here. Check what he has to say.
I saw the 5 pillars of crypto this morning again. I saw 5 pillars. When I was praying in my prayer time this morning, you should know that. There's going to be 5 pillars. 5 pillars. There's certain cryptos that will stand out. And then I saw a stick. And there were shafts, these pillars. And there were certain cryptos that were attached to the major crypto. And they were support beams. And all the others that weren't attached to the support beam fell away and became worthless. You have to pray, who are the 5 pillars? And who will be the ones that lead into the new world system? It's pretty obvious who 3 of them will be. But who are the other 2?
And of course, we are starting with the big star, this bull market already. That's of course XRP. The chart right here that you can see with the candles, that is XRP. And the color charts are basically Bitcoin and Solana. And what I want to illustrate right here is that even though Bitcoin and Solana are coming down, in that same time frame, XRP is going up. So we actually already see some early signs where some cryptos are crashing or correcting, while XRP just massively takes off. And that was quite noticeable in the past couple of days as well. A lot of cryptocurrencies were like losing 10% in their valuation, but XRP would actually be one of the only currencies that would not correct together with the market, but would even increase. So that's of course the first one. XRP, I mean, we didn't have to do that much research for that. Brandon has been pretty outspoken about XRP. Later in this video, we are going to talk about some huge things that are going up with the stablecoin. This is not going to be only a stablecoin. This is way more behind this, which I will share later. Yeah, basically a lot of interesting news. But first, we're going to dive into the 5 cryptos that Brandon probably means with what he's seen in his vision. And the first one is XRP. And the reason why I just want to bring it up real quickly, although you probably know this already, is just because at the end of this video you will see a big line with all this information, and we are trying to uncover the truth, and that's why I'm just going to go through all of them and give you my reasoning why I think these are the ones that will stand. Well, first of all, we have Ripple. The partners of Ripple are Santander, which is also a big partner of BlackRock. Oh yeah, that's crazy. We have even the Central Bank of Bhutan, which is partnering with Ripple, also for the CBDC development. I think there's a lot of more banks actually partnering up with Ripple to use their system basically, and central banks even have a lot of interest in that. That also says a lot. So the partners of Ripple, a lot of partners of Ripple are also key players. We discussed that in the previous videos of BlackRock, right? BlackRock has a similar mission as XRP, so it really makes sense that they already like probably have some plans together, but we just don't know it yet because it's not publicly said. Like I said, these things will often become public after the price move has already happened. And they are very smart players, of course. And what I also see is that XRP really is here to to comply with regulations, to build a framework in the time that we are living right now. So for example, Bitcoin has a completely different framework, right? It runs on a complete different system than XRP. And XRP wants to integrate their system with the current monetary system. So it basically wants to take over the current monetary system by integrating it, while Bitcoin is a complete separate separate system. Then we go to the second option, and this one we also know, of course, already, and these ones have been already very strong in the charts. That's XLM. XLM has some very good partners. One of them is MoneyGram, Circle for USDC. And we also see that XLM looks kind of similar as to XRP. XRP is more because they have more institutional value because of their partnerships. They are more for transferring large amounts of liquidity among the network. That's not possible with XLM because they basically don't have these partnerships. XLM, however, is then very good for micropayments, so they can complement each other, and both of them are doing very well so far this bull market. Then let's go to the first to the first one that I actually think could be from an important one for the list that Brandon was talking about, and that is Algorand. And Algorand is, let's go over the partnerships from Algorand right here. Algorand has gained recognition for its energy-efficient blockchain use cases in asset tokenization. Okay, that's very interesting. Real-world assets being tokenized. That's also a big trend that's going on, including central bank digital currencies. So Algorand is working with CBDCs. XLM is working with CBDCs. Ripple is working with CBDCs. That is pretty interesting that all of them actually work with CBDCs. The partners of Algorand, I'm not really recognizing that much, but what you can see right here as well is, especially when they talk about CBDCs, Algorand again is a token that wants to be compliant or wants to comply with current regulations, right? I think this is a important cryptocurrency that could be one of the pillars that Brandon is talking about. Then we got another one, guys. This is Hedera Hashgraph, also a very interesting token. So guys, the partners on Hedera Hashgraph are crazy, and we can see right here, Google is a partner, IBM is a partner, the Shinhan Bank is a partner. Why? Because they test stablecoins on Hedera for remittance. And Hedera Hashgraph is, also a token, again, that is looking for compliance because they have these partners like Google and IBM, and these companies generally only work when the project is completely complying with current regulations, right? They want to disrupt the industry, they want to take over, but they want to do it in such a way that it runs parallel with the current regulatory framework and regulatory system. Then we go to the fifth, actually, and that is Quant. And Quant is very interesting because Quant is basically the chain link under these compliance tokens. So what Quant is basically doing, Ripple wants to be facilitating cross-border payments so that you can basically make a payment from China to Russia on the Ripple network, right? And that it works, that it is safe, that it is secure. And what Quant is doing, Quant basically wants to make it possible that you can transfer between different blockchains. So you can transfer from the Ripple network to XLM, from XLM to Hedera. So guys, why is this important? Well, probably in the future we have it already right now, but with the regulatory framework in the future, we are going to see multiple chains being active. Chains, I mean blockchains. So we would have the Ripple network, we would have XLM, and there are some use cases, of course, that you want to transfer from the Ripple blockchain to the XLM blockchain, and that is what Quant is facilitating with. They are doing the cross-chain, so it's not cross-border, but it's cross-chain. And what are some partners? I don't really know the partners, but what they are basically doing, is similar as what Chainlink is doing. It's called cross-chain. But one thing, guys, that all these projects have in common, that is XRP, that is XLM, Algorand, Hashgraph, and Quant. All of these projects have in common that they are ISO20022 compliant. So what we can see right here is that the tokens that are really outperforming right now, that are really doing good, they are all compliant with ISO 222, which is the new standard, which is taking over the old standard, which was SWIFT for cross-border payments. ISO 222 is going to be the new standard, and you can already imagine a future, right, where we have the cryptocurrencies that are intermingled with that current financial system. They can perform very, very well. And this really makes sense with Brandon's story, because Brandon actually talks about the regulatory framework changing to prevent something like FTX happening again. And of course, it is easier to have a regulatory framework for the tokens that are mixed or connected with the current regulatory or with the current financial system. So this is pretty crazy, guys. So you gotta imagine. So right now we have very clear a banking system with international payments, which we still use SWIFT. We're going to ISO 222. That is a world on its own. We got banks, we got central banks, we got dollars, we got euros, you name it. They all have a system that is working together. It's really centralized also. Then we have crypto. Crypto is a different system, and depending also on which crypto, it's completely different. But it's working as a complete different system as the banking system, which is the current monetary system. So we are going at the end of 2025, November 2025, we are going to stand in between. So certain cryptos, not all of them, but certain cryptos, the one that I mentioned in today's video, and no guys, I'm not a financial advisor, but the cryptos that I mentioned in today's video, they are going to be in the same system as the bank. So you can already imagine how that is for the adoption. So instead of like being or normal banking or crypto, it is going to be one layer that is going to be on the same system. And I don't think that is a coincidence that all these tokens that are compliant with this narrative, with this, basically with this new form of SWIFT, of cross-border payments, this new system, that all of these tokens are doing so good. That is not a coincidence. I think a lot of institutional money, a lot of people who know about this, and I don't think it's that much people, because I haven't heard much people talking especially about this token standard, and we on this channel have been pretty early with calling this, and a lot of tokens that we have been buying, even XRP, we still bought at the lows before this news came out, right? So another thing that people say to me is like, and what about Cardano? And actually Cardano is also possible to be one of the tokens, definitely possible. It's also 222 compliant. It's also really trying to get into that regulatory framework. It's also an American project. So I definitely think as a bonus, Cardano, we also seen a lot of strength in Cardano. I think Cardano can also be a good participant in that list of 5 cryptos that will really outperform. And you got to imagine also like if this happens, so we have like the banking system and the crypto system becoming one, and certain cryptos will be integrated on that network, what will happen with all the different cryptos? So I don't think like Bitcoin will fall that hard or Ethereum would fall that hard, but look at all the other cryptocurrency tokens. There are so many tokens out there. And now back to Brandon's story, because Brandon was also saying the whole crypto market will crash. But I can understand his vision in such a way that if you have indeed the current banking system and just 5 cryptos that are integrating with that current banking system, then a lot of cryptocurrencies that work on their own system, they will lose their use case because it will not be easy to use them, right? And I don't know how the financial situation will be at that specific moment, but I could imagine a scenario where you have, for example, a shaky economy, shaky currencies, and a lot of uncertainty. Maybe the regular financial markets will crash as well. But because these 5 cryptocurrencies are compliant and are running on that system, they become from extreme value because they will basically take over the certainty and the stability of the normal currencies that are becoming unstable. So to just like sketch a scenario for you, you have like the currencies, and which later we will mention it also, the stable coin on Ripple. Let's say the stable coin on Ripple becomes more stable than various other currencies. Then a lot of money could flight very easily into this stablecoin of Ripple on the Ripple network because it's on the same network anyway. Right? You can just probably quickly transfer your euros with your regular bank to a stablecoin on XRP or on the Ripple ledger. So that is what I think is very interesting. So even though in a world where cryptocurrencies become popular, these compliant tokens can go up in value. But even though in a world where things are really shaky and there is a lot of uncertainty and panic, again, these tokens could still outperform and bring certainty to these times. That's what makes it so interesting, guys. So we have, this is a nice news article. Ripple secures 7 major partnerships ahead of the stablecoin of Ripple. They say, with our initial partners, clear utility and demand for the RLUSD, and a strong focus on regulatory compliance, again, the regulatory compliance, Ripple stablecoin is poised to become the gold standard for enterprise-grade stablecoins. Again, you see here, again, they want to lead the way with their stablecoin. They want to provide a bridge between traditional finance and the crypto market. That's again what I'm trying to explain. That is that bridge from traditional finance and the crypto market. They are going to be that bridge, brings it together, which would make a lot of other cryptos, like, they will lose the utility because they are not on that system. And this, guys, is going to be very interesting. The RLUSD is expected to be particularly useful for settling international payments and tokenizing real world assets like securities, bonds, and real estate. This aligns with Ripple's broader vision of partnering with banks and crypto exchanges worldwide to streamline global payments. So guys, this is very interesting because this trend, real world assets tokenization, will make things so easy. You can put your home on a certain, you can tokenize your home. You can then easily sell it. The contracts are all automated. You don't need a real estate agent. All of this stuff, it's going to be very clear who owns what, right? This is definitely the next step of contracts. You don't need paper contracts anymore. This is just going to be blockchain contracts. So this is also a very big use case for the stablecoin of Ripple, which I think definitely will bring in more liquidity and more stability to XRP. And then we have this article. India's central bank proposes plug-and-play CBDC framework for cross-border transactions. They don't say they are going to use Ripple, XRP, but I think a lot of central banks and a lot of banks in general will going to have this need that they just want to have a system to plug and play instead of creating their own system. And yeah, the Ripple network is already there. They have already a lot of partners. There have already been a lot of testing. The transaction works so far. I'm using it myself as well. It definitely works. There's definitely some utility there. Especially there's a lot of value in the already existing partnerships. Those are very, very important and a crucial key for Ripple's success. And guys, all of the tokens mentioned in today's video, you can buy over on Bybit. Bybit is a cryptocurrency exchange that I'm personally using myself as well. I'm trusting them the most from all the cryptocurrency exchanges out there. If you want to create an account over on Bybit, I have an affiliate link down below in the description. And if you use that link, you'll support the channel as well. So guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, smash up the like button. Very much appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't. And make sure you have the bell notification on so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. I want to wish all of you a beautiful day today. And I hope to see every single one of you in the next video. Bye bye.